Not Norman, a goldfish story. When I was given Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. Not Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase a ball of string. A soft, furry pet to sleep in my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and around and around and around and around and around and around. That's it. Norman, I decide. I'm swapping you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move. Not even a fin twitches. How can I swap him like this? No one will want a sorry looking fish in a gunky old bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping, flapping his fins around. He looks so silly. I have to laugh. Don't think that just because you made me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow you're going. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. I plan to talk anyone, into taking him. On the way there, we see my friend Will. Will has a really great dog and 7 puppies. How about swapping one of your pups for Norman? I ask. Who's Norman? Asks Will. My goldfish, I say. By the time I rescue Norman, half of his water's gone. Oh. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me, all googly-eyed. After break, I get a chance to speak to the class. Just as I start to talk about the goldfish, Emily shouts, Izzy's gone! Who let my snake loose? Oh. Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's just looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet shop. I take out my tuba and begin to play. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug, 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 glug. He mouths. Look! Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Mr. Baker, and try to play the right notes. Mr. Baker makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet shop. Don't think just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when screech, scritch. Ooh, what's that noise? Scratch, scritch, screech. Ooh, yikes, there's something at my window. Then out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glugs and gives me a little wave. Oh, I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It was just a broken tree branch scratching the window. Thanks for watching out for me, I tell Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet shop, just like I said I would. I look at the cats and the dogs and the snakes and the birds. I look at the hamsters and the mice and the lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they are not Norman. When I was given Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him, but now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't swap him. Not Norman. Norman, one amazing fish.